My name is Alex Kolchitsky. I'm the sponsored rep for Western for the United Way campaign. Oh, the ECCs, they're an amazing group. They're the engine that runs this campaign on campus. They're the ones that distribute the envelopes, the pledge forms to their department, through their department. They're the ones who do the bottle drives and the silent auctions, and without them, this campaign would not be successful.
My name is Antoinette Martin and I am the ECC for Research Western. Growing up in India, we didn't have United Way or anything like that, but was always total strangers who came out and helped. And even when we first came to Canada, there was so many people who came and helped, so it's just my way of giving back.
My name is Brandon Watson. I am co-ECCing with Katie Merchant for the Physical Plant Division. I have a family member that I could easily see being in a homeless situation if he didn't have the love and caring of his own family and his friends. If he was in a different city from his family, or if he had somehow been outcast, I could see him being, on the streets. And it warms my heart a little bit to know that United Way is there for our community members who go without and who need that support.
I'm Cindy Morrison and I am ECC for Faculty of Information and Media Studies. With the current economy, everything's very, very needy. There's so many hard-hit areas that, and at Western, we're in the position where we can give. So hopefully I can connect with some of those people that realize that. Not everybody does, but the people that do really do give, and they're very generous.
My name is Paul Main. I'm an ECC for the Communications and Public Affairs Department. It was actually speaking to a sponsored employee a couple years ago in regards to her work with the United Way, and she told me she was researching some of the agencies that the United Way takes care of and financially supports, and she was reading up and saw one of them that sort of stood out was Stevenson Camp, which is a summer camp for kids. A couple days later she realized that when she was a kid, she had attended Stevenson summer camp, and that her parents had sent her and her sisters and brothers to this camp. So I thought that was kind of poignant, that here's somebody who is willing to give their time to the United Way, and then lo and behold, she finds out that years ago she was actually helped by the United Way agency herself.
One of the things that really struck me this year was we had the opportunity to visit, as part of our training, Hospice of London. And there was a program there that really spoke to me. One of the activities they mentioned was that around Mother's Day, they hold a group for children who've lost their mothers, and they have them make Mother's Day cards, and then they go outside and they release them on helium balloons to travel up to heaven to their mothers. And I thought how wonderful that would be for helping the children work through their own grief.
My wife and I have a somewhat large family, I think, in today's terms, and that's something that we kind of value. So I was looking through that list, and the ones that for some reason jumped out to me were kind of like the Boys and Girls Club and that sort of stuff, which fosters the family values.
My name's John Nolan and I'm the ECC at the Don Wright Faculty of Music. As my volunteer role has grown with United Way from ECC to now being involved on the allocations committee, I've become much more optimistic about how even the smallest contribution and the smallest amount of support does make a difference at the community level.
I had a student that gave this term, and he gave quite generously, just a one-time donation. And they're all grad students, and they all have families, and they're all busy. But I was quite struck that the student gave, and it's like, wow, he's a busy guy. His wife's part-time employed. This is amazing that he's giving, and I was really appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of all of them, but that was pretty nice.
One thing that I'll take from being a sponsored employee is the teamwork. We all worked for one goal, and just that teamwork is something that I'll always remember. Something very few times in life you get.
As a reporter for Western News, I've had the advantage and the opportunity to be able to speak to folks who have been involved in the United Way in very many capacities. So it's really given me, I guess, kind of another door open in my life, realizing that, well, I just do stories and then it ends. It doesn't end there. There are real people behind those stories who are getting help, and there are real people behind those stories who are giving the help.
Your donation
makes a real
difference.